Hey everybody, it's Carolyn, and I'm here to complain, whine, and then maybe, teach for a minute, but probably in an annoying and harsh way. Hey, who isn't up for that? Okay, this is happening. I'm running across this lately in a giant cluster of profiles on FamilySearch, and it is absolutely infuriating. And you probably already know this, but if you don't, give the YouTube link of this video to folks that you know do it wrong, or to folks that may be doing it wrong, or to people you don't even know. Because here's the deal. Okay, we have a guy named William Harold Jinks. He was born in 1945. If I look at his details, all I see is I have his birth year. That's it. I don't have anything else except that it says that he's deceased. Now, someone who was born in 1945 is fewer than 110 years old. And 110 is the magic number on FamilySearch. If you're entering people into the tree who were born less than 110 years ago from the day that you're doing the entry, and you have no evidence of their death, like no find a grave, no billion graves, no death certificate, no obituary, then you have to render them living. They are not to be presumed deceased because they're potentially alive. And without evidence, they are alive. So there are a couple of ways to handle it. If you have something like been verified, that's what the tool that I use. You can look people up. You can actually look up and see whether or not they're alive. And those are all public information, public record sites. White Pages is another one. There are a bunch of others out there. You can use those because they're not 100% correct, but they are updated monthly. And so chances are pretty good that they're going to be right about whether or not somebody is alive. It's not dispositive, but it's at least a close hint. So here's the deal with this guy. Now, I'm not going to look him up on screen with you because it would show his home address and everything like that, and I'm not going to give that information out. But I will do this. I will go to sources for him and see how was this profile created, because I didn't create it. I would never have said deceased as a sort of normal idea of someone who was born in 1945. Someone who was born in 1945 would be 77 years old. I don't know about you. I know a lot of people who are 77 or older. It's just one of those wacky facts of life, is that we tend to continue living. So let's go to sources. All there is for William Harold Jinks is a marriage record that created him as the husband of his wife. And all it provides is this information here. That's it. The marriage date, the place, his age, his estimated birth year, mom and dad's names, his spouse's name, her age, her estimated birth year, and her parents' names. That's it. That's all we got. There is no information whatsoever under sources that proves beyond a doubt that this man is deceased. So, how do you handle it? Well, you always handle it. Never just leave these things hanging. Always let FamilySearch know that this needs to be corrected. So I'm going backwards to details, and this is how you do it. You go to death, and there should not be a death date. It should, because he should be living. And this person, Janet Weath, who created this profile on the 22nd of August of this year, she did this wrong, and we're going to fix it. So the way that we fix it is we tap on edit and change it to living. And then you give the reason why the information is correct. Now, if I had looked him up and been verified and gotten proof that he was alive, I would say been verified, accessed, and then today's date, which is 12, what the heck? I can't see without my glasses. 12/17. Oh my gosh. I would say dated 17 December 2022. Shows this person living in, and I would give like the town or the state. And then I would also add what I'm going to add now, which is the only information I'm going to add now. I put my cursor down there and I go to my clipboard. I have this saved, and I'm going to get rid of a couple other things that are in the way on the clipboard. Get rid of those, delete them. Here we go. No evidence under 110 years old. That's it. There's no evidence for this death, and this person would be under 110 years old right now on the day that I'm submitting. And then all I do is I save, and then I submit. Now, I get a case number assigned to this, and when they address it, they will email me. And they will let me know case number so-and-so, this person, we have changed them to living. And then they let me know the policy, which is if you didn't create this profile, you're not going to be able to see it anymore because we've made the person living. And the way that it works on FamilySearch is the same way that it works on Ancestry. Anyone who is living is a private person and cannot be seen by the rest of the world. So when William Harold Jinks is rendered living, then the only person who's going to be able to see him is this Janet Weath, because she created the profile. And it will go away from my consciousness. It will be gone. But it's very, very important to do this. And if you start to find that you're working on an area in FamilySearch and there are a lot of these errors and they've all been entered by one person, it is appropriate to send the person a brief, cheerful note saying, I've been working on the tree and I've noticed that you created a lot of profiles and you've made people who are less than 110 years old deceased without any evidence. There's no death certificate, there's no obituary. You can't do that. Please observe the rules of the site. And if this person is deceased, please go to their profile and provide that evidence. And then you can render them deceased. But otherwise, anyone who is less than 110 years old on the day that you create the profile, absent any proof of being deceased, must be entered as a living person. Now, I hope that that was really clear. I don't mean to talk down to anybody. This just really yanks my chain because I'm seeing it a lot. I've been working like the past 3 or 4 days. I think I must have reported about 15 profiles to FamilySearch to correct them in this 3 or 4 days, which is just really absurd. It's not the way that it should be. So if you're going to use a public tree like WikiTree or like FamilySearch, you have to go by the rules of the website. It's very, very important. Why? Imagine this. Imagine you are William Harold Jinks and you start to get into genealogy and you find a version of yourself showing you as dead. That would make me mad. That would make me laugh, but it would also really make me mad because it would show that somebody was really not only presumptuous, but ignorant about the way that this is done. And the rules are very simple. It's about respecting privacy, and it's about the integrity of the data and the evidence that you have to support any given life. And that's it. So if you're working on FamilySearch, if you're working on WikiTree, please familiarize yourself with the rules. If you have a question about FamilySearch, give me a holler. I'll be happy to answer your question or look into it if I don't know it, because I certainly don't know everything about FamilySearch. But this is very important stuff, really super basic stuff. And I don't want to run into these anymore. It makes me really mad. So that's that. Make life easier for all of us who are working on a daily basis on FamilySearch by following the rules, and you will be considered a good genealogical citizen. Thank you for listening to my rant. I appreciate it, and you have a good one. Bye.